Hello and welcome, dearest. I'm Grandma Mimsy. Thank you for spending time with me today and allowing me to help you update your life while I update my nails. I am continuing swatching, and at this point I am allowing the base coats to thoroughly dry and harden as they do to before I go on to the next stage of my next creation in nail art. And as requested, I'm continuing to swatch different colors. There were some specifics that were requested that I have them, but I have them I haven't quite got everything in my collection all together yet, so I'm going through what I have available right now, and eventually I'll get to all the colors. But I am searching for them and will compile that collection of requests as soon as I possibly can. What I am doing today is the newest color that they have is Ghoul Pal, that came in with one of the Halloween bundle sets. I want to say it came with the bougie, but I could be wrong. It could have been the Friendly Ghost or the bougie, but it was one of those. The other shade is Cosmos, and this I believe came in one of the recent unboxings of the subscription box in the last few months. This one is, that one doesn't want to focus, and it's tiny. Midnight Madness is the other, and this is LittleFoot. And also what came in the Halloween subscription is High Voltage, and this is a glow-in-the-dark polish, not a stamping polish. And there's a difference between the two. So we're not doing these in any specific order, just as they are available. And this Ghoul Pal is a black with shimmers. We love the shimmer and the sparkle. And that is the first base coat. And then I tend to do a stripe this way for just the color with one coat, not two coats. Gorgeous. And allow that to dry on my new discovery. It's not new, it's just I've discovered it that this works. It's meant for other things, but I found yet another use for it. And this one is a sheer bright blue. Don't know where my hands are going these days. I thought that I was in camera. So there's the trying to find it, if it could be there. There we are. Sometimes the angles in the lighting doesn't always translate like you think it's going to be. Oh, yeah, I need to change that one out. I put this sticky on it and I'll have to do that later because they're inside the box. Screw the lid back on this one. There. This one is a little thicker of a polish. Some of them are, well, to describe, they polish very thinly, in that when you are applying them, it feels thin in the application, whereas this one feels more thick. And as you can see, it's more of a coverage than some of the other polishes, how they handle. And recently I saw someone did a review of the polishes, and their complaint was that they take a really long time to dry, and that is not my experience. A lot of times these dry incredibly quickly. So I think it might have just been that individual happened to get a polish or a shade and a consistency of that polish that is one of the thicker ones that tends to take a little longer to dry. And this is a shimmering blue that has a tiny amount. It's not completely shimmery, even though it does have a shimmer and a sparkle. It's not as much as that one has a strand there, and I'm trying not to get the polish on me. Whereas some of the ones that, yeah, I did it anyway. Some of the ones with the polish, with the shimmers, tend to be super, super shimmer sparkle, and this one is not. This one is a minimal shimmer. Still beautiful compared to the way that others do. And, oh, what I'm going to do on this one, before I'm going to take the Bam White and should have did this sooner so it could dry. Because one thing I noticed on a test of this that I was doing the other day, I had an idea to polish and do, and it didn't turn out like I thought it was going to in my head, and really just did not even come close to where I thought it was going to be. It was, oh, let me just slap this on and see what it looks like. And this one is very sheer and very light, and doesn't really show up that much, especially on a dark color. It doesn't, you really can't see it even with two coats. That you can, if depending on the angles, you can tell that there's something there, but you can't see the shading of it. But put white behind it, and it's wow. Really, really wow. So that's why I only did half on this one, so that you can see the difference between the two. It's still a little damp. So I'm going to move that one over, and we'll come back to it in just a minute. And do that one, and do the second coat. Because generally on most of these, they improve with the second coat. And this is why I do the single stripe at the top, so you can see the difference between what it looked like with one coat versus two. And if that'll focus. And there you see how with the second coat you get more of the gold sparkle than you did with just the first coat. Beauty of these things, learning all the tricks and tips on how the polishes perform. And this was this one. Move that one out of the way. And with the second coat, this becomes less see-through, less sheer, still a very pretty blue. I'll try and get the angles with the lighting. Ah! Couple of them tilted towards each other and tried to stick together. Oh, we're just butterfingers today. Focus. It's not wanting to. There we go. Now you can see the brilliance of the blue, sapphire-y color. Let's see if it'll. Ah, there. And just a shimmer, just a little bit of sparkle. And it brings it out ever so lightly with the second coat. And now we should be dry enough that we could, for the white, to do our glow. And you can see how the difference it is with the white background. on that shading of it. There we go. Lighting, color, makes all the difference. Thank you for joining me, and at some point we will have figured out what we're going to do next with our nails. I hope you enjoyed the swatching of the latest colors that we have in today's installment of the colors that we have, so that you can see what they actually look like in use. Thank you for spending time with me. I appreciate you watching, and I will link all the information in the description of the video. Please be kind and tell the people that you care about how much you care about them and appreciate them. And Grandma says bye.